Hockey fan here, and today I'd like to talk about Jesperi Kotkaniemi. This is his report card, his past mid-season report, his 53-game report card. I was going to do it after 50 games, it was a little bit late, but he's definitely trending in the right direction. I made an earlier video about him earlier this season talking about how he should get his shooting percentage up. He has the ability to. He hits a lot of posts. I really like his defensive play. I would like to see his skating get better and all that stuff. Well, I got nothing but good things to say about Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Most of what I said before was good about him, but now he's absolutely great. A+ for Jesperi Kotkaniemi at 18 years old to do what he's doing, the youngest player in the league. He's only 16 points away from being the youngest player to ever score 40 points for a Habs. So absolutely amazing. In 53 games played this year, he has 8 goals, 17 assists, 25 points, and it's a +4. And the reason why he's a +4 isn't just because he scores goals, it's because he's on the ice for a lot of goals. He doesn't need to show up on the stat sheet. He'll strip the puck down the other end. He'll always be back to join the defenders if a team's coming down on a rush. He'll get the puck up, and the players will create. If he's not the one getting the goal, somebody else will. Lately, he's been excellent on the power play. He's been slotted up to the first power play line. He's pretty much in Drouin's position, but on the other side of the ice, he was doing what Drouin was doing. Drouin's up on the point with Weber. They got Drouin on the left, Weber on the right, and they got Kotkaniemi down on the half wall, circling the puck, creating. He's looking amazing. He's always in the right spot. I absolutely love his shot. Like I said before, his wrist shot reminds me of Austin Matthews. Doesn't exactly have the same power and zip to it, but it's so much like it the way he releases it and the way he can just turn and release that puck in a second. Gallagher can kind of do the same thing, but Gallagher has his own style. Kotkaniemi's skill outshines so many players that are even close to his age. Veteran players, he's on the ice, his skill level and potential is through the roof. He isn't the best player on the Habs yet, but I truly believe he is going to be a mainstay player. He's going to be a superstar, #1 center for the Montreal Canadiens. His play is nothing but progressing every game. I've seen zero regression with this guy. Every game he gets better. He's gotten way stronger. Instead of dumping it in his zone, he carries it in. He goes behind net. He used to take dumb penalties earlier in the season because he was almost scared to take the body. When players would come behind net, he'd get out of the way, let them get the puck, pick and poke at him and try and get the puck that way, try and lift your stick. But now he's always on the puck. If you want to come get the puck off him, you're going to have to take the body. You're going to have to hit him. You're going to have to get him off the puck. Loving seeing that. His strength has truly grown. He hits like he should. He blocks shots. His defensive ability is just as good as his offensive ability. He's super creative. He had an amazing shootout spinorama shot there in the Canadian skills game that they had just prior to the All-Star break or around the All-Star break. So he's been excellent. A+ for Kotkaniemi so far, for this average hockey fan at least. And yeah, like I said, those are his stats in 53 games. But he also has 30 hits, 23 block shots. His shooting percentage is up 2% in the past 8 games, from 6.4 to an 8.7, so it's up 2.3% from the last time I talked about a shooting percentage at least. He has 24 penalty minutes, but most of those penalty minutes came earlier in the season. He took at least 5 of them from slashing players on the wrist where he'd let them get the puck and he'd try and retrieve the puck by lifting their stick, and he'd slide up the stick and get him on the wrist, and that's an automatic call no matter who you are, especially if it's on a half-good player. Earlier in the season, Scotty Bowman compared him to a young John Beliveau, the way he plays. He said he used to watch young John Beliveau around Kotkaniemi's age and how he developed, how he carried himself, and how he played in his skill level. And he said Kotkaniemi reminds him so much of John Beliveau. And that is a huge compliment from the greatest coach in NHL history, the greatest coach in one of the greatest coaches in Habs history for sure. That's a massive compliment. Last game after the game, Julien came out and said he's a special player. Montreal definitely drafted the right guy. Players like that don't come along very often. And he said one thing that's been standing out a lot about Kotkaniemi to him is Kotkaniemi's getting stronger every game. He's getting physically stronger. He's 18, he's tall, but he's a bit thin. But Julien said he's filling out. He's getting bigger. He's getting harder to get off the puck, and that's showing so much in games. He's looking so much better on the power play. He doesn't have a pile of power play points by no means, but last game before last against New Jersey, he was buzzing on the power play unit. Weber ended up getting the power play goal, but on the second power play, Kotkaniemi was shooting from everywhere. He had 15 family members the past 2 games. He had 2 goals in both those games. He had 15 family members at each game, so I guess they all came from Finland to see him. His mother was there. His father was there. His aunts and uncles were there, and God, has he ever shone. If this is how he plays when his family's around, invite his whole family tree to the Habs because they're going to win a Stanley Cup. This is how he plays when his family's around. I think he's truly going to be a legit #1 superstar center. Reminds me of Barkov. Kind of reminds me of Mark Scheifele, the way he plays. His skating reminds me of Pacioretty because he takes these line deceptive strides that doesn't make him look like he's going as fast as he is, but he is pretty fast, and especially the past 2 games since the break, the rest did him well because he is flying. He is one of the fastest Habs. Nobody stands out like him to me in the past 2 games except for like Drouin and Byron before he got injured. So yeah, he's great. Nothing but good things to say about Jesperi Kotkaniemi. And one thing that's proven his regression is definitely growing. In the past 8 games, he has 4 goals, and before that, his previous 44 games, he only had 4 goals. His shooting percentage has gone up 2% in those past games. He's shooting the puck more. He's scoring more. He's in the right position. He's in the right spot on the ice. He's only 16 points away from breaking the all-time, well, not breaking the all-time, but being the youngest Habs player to ever score 40 points. Like, absolutely great season for Jesperi Kotkaniemi. This was a guy people actually booed when he got drafted and said that he should go back to Finland for 2 years, and they weren't sure what he was going to be. Some people were saying he was going to be a number 2 center. Some people were saying he was definitely going to be a number 1 center. Some people were saying he might not ever be a center in the NHL. They're not sure if he's ready to play in the NHL. He wasn't number 3 on most people's mock draft, on TSN's mock draft. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. He went a lot higher. But my God, am I ever glad Marc Bergevin picked him up. This is Marc Bergevin's best draft pick so far. Years ago, I said the same thing about Chucky to one of my friends. Like, we were discussing draft picks, what Montreal's been doing. And years ago, I thought Chucky was that guy. He had 30 goals for the Habs. They went far in the playoffs. They made it to the conference finals with the guy. He was absolutely excellent. He had a bad injury a little while after that, and he hasn't been the same ever since. He was 4th liner at one point. He lost his center role. He just wasn't working out in Montreal. Thankfully, we got Domier for him. But I did think Galchenyuk was that guy. So I'm really, really hoping for Kotkaniemi he doesn't regress like that. But Kotkaniemi has way more overall skill. Although Galchenyuk was great, there was only one thing great about his game to me. He was really good on the power play. He had a really good shot. He knew where to be on the ice when the puck was coming out. He didn't play defense. He only played when he wanted to. He was lazy some games, and he didn't move his feet enough. So Galchenyuk, there was a lot of knocks I could put on Galchenyuk when he was a rookie, and there was a lot of knocks I did put on Galchenyuk when he was a rookie. But Kotkaniemi, I had none. I see nothing wrong with that kid's game. Everything has gotten better. Hopefully he keeps progressing. A+ for Jesperi Kotkaniemi from this average hockey fan. Absolutely love the guy. Also, I'd like to mention Paul Byron. There was an update on him today. He's going to get his forearm checked out. People thought it was a shoulder. It's his forearm that's hurt. I guess he's going to get x-rays, an MRI, whatever you call it. Might be a fracture, might not be. I don't think it's a break, because if it was a break, I'm pretty sure they would have known by now. He'd be in enough pain to let him know, like, my arm is broken, I need to get this checked out. So I don't think it's a break. Hopefully he's okay, and it's only a couple games he misses. Byron's playing great when he's healthy. You look at his numbers when he's in a lot of his points per game and like his plus minus and how he's doing. He's playing really good when he's on the ice, but he's missed a lot of games. He's got 3 game suspension. He's been injured, and now he's injured again. So it's sad to see that for Paul Byron, because he was playing good. I'm pretty sure he already has 10 goals or is hovering around 10 goals. He just signed his extension last year, or the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken. It's just sad to see a guy like that getting hurt like that, because I don't want to see him being a lemon, a guy that looks great and ends up getting hurt a bunch of times and just turns out to be not what we thought. I don't want to see that with Byron, because everybody's trending in the right direction on his team. Andrew Shaw, the exact same thing. He hasn't been cleared to play. I'm pretty sure he's been cleared to practice. He's been on the ice practices, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've heard. He's just conditioning, and he should be in the lineup soon enough. But you never know with Andrew Shaw. He got a neck problem. If they're saying it's neck, it could be concussion with that guy. He's got the injury. So you don't know. He's got the injury history, so you don't know with Shaw. But hopefully he's in the lineup soon, because he would be a great replacement for Byron. Does a lot of things Byron does. Has his own certain style. Not as fast as Byron, but better in front of the net. Can do his own certain things. So hopefully that's how it works out. That's just a few news and notes there. But yeah, this is my Jesperi Kotkaniemi report card. A+ from this average hockey fan. Hope you liked the video, guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Tell me your grade, what you think Kotkaniemi did, what you think he's going to be in the future. For me, he's a future #1 superstar, and he should be top 3 in college voting by the time he's done. You look at Tkachuk and him, they looks like they're regressing to me. He's not scoring half as many goals as he was at the beginning of the year, and Kotkaniemi's lighting the lamp the past 2 games, and 4 in the past 8, so he's looking excellent. Let's hope this continues for Jesperi Kotkaniemi. This is Mr. Average Hockey Fan. Over and out. Like and subscribe, guys. Jesperi is scary.